one of the main consequences of special theory of relativity, that means Lorentz transformation equations, is time dilation. Now let me explain what do you mean by time dilation. Let us consider two clocks A and B with respect to frame S. S is stationary. Okay, suppose the time shown by the two clocks is 12 noon at this moment. Okay, let us consider clock B is traveling with frame S dash with velocity v. Suppose after some time we have seen that clock A shows 5 p.m. and that clock B shows 1 p.m. which is moving with a velocity comparable to the velocity of light. That means time interval in frame S dash between A and B is 5 hours, and that between A and B is 1 hour with respect to in frame S dash. That means the moving frame is moving clock is running slow, so time has been dilated. That means time we have gained more time. That means 1 hour here equivalent to 5 hours in our stationary frame. So this is called time dilation. So whenever a clock moves with a velocity comparable to the velocity of light, then the clock runs slow. That means time is dilated. Okay. Next, let us consider an event A occurring at a distance x dash from O dash and x from O, observer O. Let time occurring, okay, let the event occurs at time ta dash and tb dash, both are different times at A with respect to frame S dash, and the same event occur at times ta and tb with respect to frame S. Now time as measured by S for the event will be in accordance with the Lorentz inverse transformation equations as follows. Ta is equal to Ta dash plus v by c square x dash divided by 1 minus v square by c square, and that tb is equal to tb dash plus v by c square x dash 1 minus v square by c square. Now ta minus tb is equal to, we will have here this term will cancel out, so here this will be t a dash tb dash divided by 1 minus v square by c square, or tb minus ta is equal to tb dash minus ta dash divided by 1 minus v square by c square. So this implies delta t dash divided by under root 1 minus v square by. Since v is less than c, this implies p by c is less than 1, implies p square by c square less than 1, implies 1 minus p square by c square is less than 1. So this implies the under root 1 minus p square by c square is less than 1. So since this term is less than 1, this implies delta t is greater than delta t dash. This means that the time interval in the moving frame as that is your delta t dash appears to be longer, that is, it is dilated by a factor. This is 1 by under root 1 minus p square by c square, and so this is called time dilation. Now you see, from this expression you take the reciprocal 1 by delta t is equal to 1 by delta t dash, and this will be 1 p square by c square. You take the reciprocal of this expression, this will give this one. Okay, or is 1 by t, that is nothing but frequency. This is frequency, and this is your frequency f dash. This is under root 1 minus p square by c square. So this implies which one is greater? Here f dash is greater than f. This implies f dash is greater than f. That means frequency as observed in moving frame is larger than that observed in frequency with respect to frame O. Since frequency as observed by stationary frame S is less, so it will observe a light pulse, that the frequency of the light pulse will decrease, I mean wavelength will increase. Wavelength will increase. If wavelength increases, a light pulse will shift towards red. So this is one of the important conclusions of time dilation. The time dilation has been explained clearly in this note. Please go through this note. So conclusions and results. So these are written clearly here. I think you will be able to understand if you go through these lines sincerely. Okay, thank you. Next class.